So recently, former Pakistani player Shoaib Akhtar made a comment that if Babar Azam was up for auction in the IPL, he would go for a minimum 15 crore rupees. I found that comment very interesting, but we left it at that. But after that, we had a few family members of ours, as I call them, all our subscribers. So there was someone called Prashant Sharma, and he threw this question as at one of the live videos that we were doing, saying that would that be a case if Babar came into the IPL auction? Would he really go for 15 crores, as Shoaib said? So we thought, why not explore this fact? Why not look at a few important or key Pakistani T20 players and see if they were part of the IPL, if Pakistani players were part of the IPL, would there be any takers? Would there be teams that would, go for them? If they would, what is the kind of price that they would fetch? Player number one that we've got is Babar Azam. Now this is his record in T20 Is, 73 matches, 2620 runs, average outstanding 45, but I know my colleague here, Siddhant, who joins me, has a problem here of the strike rate at 129.
Yes, in fact, by the way, this is about T20 International.
Show us PSL.
If you look at PSL, see where his strike rate goes down. It becomes 120. At times, even this season, we saw Babar playing in the PSL. He would start off, but he started slowly, and that proved detrimental to his team's chances. They could not reach the final, and well, his numbers are amazing. That we can see. He's the world #1 T20 international batsman, but his strike rate is still a problem for me. And because of that, I think that if you wait, hold on. Yeah. Yes. So the most expensive overseas IPL.
No, first tell me, is he going to be picked or not? Would there be takers for someone like a Babar?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Let's now try and figure out if they're going to be takers, what's the kind of price that he will fetch. What we've done is most expensive overseas IPL openers in the last auction, and because Babar is an opener, we tried to look at that. There is nobody more than 7 crores, right? Faf du Plessis, and he brings a dual role into the team because they picked him as a captain as well as an opening bat. Then you've got Quinton de Kock, also brings in a dual role, that of a wicketkeeper batsman. Then Johnny Bairstow, 6.75 crore. David Warner at 6.25. Now, in terms of Babar Azam, the batsman, where would you slot him here? I think I'd slot him above everyone else, above a Faf du Plessis.
But see, the point is Babar Azam is still untested in IPL. Like if this was the first season, where would you put him? Shoaib Akhtar thought he would get more than 15 crores and all, which doesn't make sense.
We'll get to that, but where do you slot him now?
I would slot him below Quinton de Kock.
Okay, so if I think that, see again, David Warner is there. I may put him at par with David Warner. David Warner had an outstanding, he's an IPL legend, had an outstanding 2021 T20 World Cup. Won that. Yes, Babar also had a great tournament. So he'll be there and thereabouts. The point that we're trying to make is that if a David Warner fetches 6.25 as a foreign player, and if a Quinton de Kock, who Siddhant thinks he'll put ahead of someone like a Babar Azam or Faf du Plessis with dual role at 7, I think he would be in this range at best. So if he did come up for auction, as we both agree that yes, he will be picked by teams, but Shoaib Akhtar, apologies, 15 crore, gross exaggeration. I think he'd be between the 6 to 7 crore.
See,
mark.
the point is with Babar, you get consistency. He has been scoring a lot of
40
runs.
plus average.
We have seen PSL also, by the way, he's since the 2016 season, the first season of the PSL, he's the highest scorer. Averaging we saw above 40, but it's the strike rate. Sometimes teams want that explosive batsman. With Babar, you may or may not get it.
Where do you slot him?
I would definitely put him, as I said, Quinton de Kock, but then I forgot there's David Warner here.
Yes.
And I think David Warner is more explosive than Babar Azam, so I'd put him just below David Warner.
So around 6 crore.
Somewhere around, not even 6 crores, somewhere around 4 to 5 crores actually.
Okay, that's it. Even I thought I'd put him between 6 to 7, but as I said, the point of contention was that will he get 15, as Prashant Sharma had asked us, 15 crore? Not quite. You got to remember, foreign players you can only fit in 4, so that's the limitation with Babar. Let's look at another Pakistani players while we're at it. That's Mohd Rizwan, another one who's in great form. Here you take a look at his T20I records, 55 matches, 1639 runs, average outstanding, even better than Babar at 51, and a strike rate roughly around the same. In fact,
129.
Yeah, Babar was at 129, he's at 128. PSL? 59 matches, 1446 runs. Again, like Babar, strike rate has dropped a bit at 123, but again, very good average of 40. Now to the big question, how much would he fetch in the IPL auction? Before that, will there be takers for him?
Definitely. I think so. There'll be more takers for Mohd Rizwan than Babar Azam.
Okay, let me go back because that is very interesting. Babar Azam's case, we just go to the next one. We're just going to, come back.
Come back?
Yeah. I'll tell you where, and when you're looking at who are the guys that they could look at, let's try and figure out a team also for him.
Okay.
For Babar Azam. Let's see where he could go. I did a bit of my research. So RCB went for Faf and they've got Anuj Rawat opening at the moment.
Yes.
Clearly, they could have needed an opener. So he could be one who could go. And if they paid 7 for Faf, they could very well have paid that kind. He could also be the captain. I'm saying like for like.
Could be.
So 7 crore, that's why I put his value. Gujarat got Wade and Gurbaz, right? 2 odd crore I think they paid for Wade. So Gujarat could have been
2.4 crores for Wade.
They could have gone for him. KKR, they've got Rahane to open, but I think that's been a second choice. If you had someone like a Babar, clearly they could have gone for that. And
considering, three overseas players right now. Exactly.
Billings, Russell, Narain is what they're playing. They could have afforded another player in their ranks.
Even Gujarat Titans for that matter, what if they would have played Babar Azam? They could have played him instead of Matthew Wade.
Yes.
And instead of Vijay Shankar, they could have played Riddhiman Saha as the keeper.
Yes,
so that could have been a
absolutely.
good combination as well.
The third option, SRH also could have gone for Babar Azam because right now Abhishek Sharma is opening and the 4 foreigners are Williamson, Markram, Puran and Shepherd. They could have clearly, between Markram, I think.
Definitely. Babar, better pedigree, better player.
So, as we've concluded, maybe 6 to 7 crores is what Babar may have got, and at least 4 teams we can see.
4 teams for sure who would have gone for him if he was in the auction pool.
Let's now go to
Mohd
Rizwan. We've seen his stats. Let's now go to who he would be competing with. Okay, most expensive overseas IPL wicket keepers in 2022. Firstly, you think there would be takers for?
Way more takers.
More than Babar. Okay.
More than Babar.
Okay, where do you think he slots in? Now I'll give you a few teams again. Which are the teams that could have gone for him? RCB, because they've got Anuj Rawat and Dinesh Karthik as their keeper. They could have gone for an opener, which Rizwan is, as well as a wicket keeper, far better than Anuj Rawat. So that could have been their one option. The other one, again, Gujarat. You got Matthew Wade and Saha.
Definitely.
So one of them,
if Babar wasn't there, you could have definitely gone for somebody like
Rizwan as a wicket keeper. KKR, they're getting Sheldon Jackson to keep. He's been good at keeping, but batsman-wise, Rizwan.
Also better than Sam Billings that way. So Sam Billings is playing in this KKR 11 right now. He has played 2 games and definitely Rizwan better player than him.
And Rizwan could have opened instead of Rahane.
Absolutely.
And been your wicket keeper. Would have given so much balance.
KKR would have found so much value in somebody like a Mohd Rizwan.
Now let's see where does he slot in. Nicholas Puran, the most expensive at 10.75. Now Rizwan gives you 2 options between Jos Buttler, Quinton de Kock, Bairstow. Where do you think?
For me, he goes at the top.
Ahead of a Nicholas Puran. Actually, I was baffled by Nicholas Puran.
Yeah, every one of us.
But Jos Buttler at 10. When I see Jos, then I think he should be below.
Buttler, because he was retained, so he got 10 crores. But I think so at the auctions, if he was there, he probably would have gone for more than what Nicholas Puran got. Because he's that sort of a player. So yeah, I get it that Nicholas Puran was a one-off thing where we
I think it's an aberration.
Aberration, definitely.
So Quinton is also equally good.
No, but I would personally, and the kind of cricket I've seen Rizwan play in the last 2-3 years. By the way, second ranked T20 international batsman, highest, most runs in the PSL this season. Unfortunately, his team lost in the final, but he got them there. His opening partnership with Shan Masood, he was phenomenal. Scored average more than 65 if I'm not wrong, and had a great strike rate also. Yes, you saw his overall stats, so just for a moment I'll show you. His strike rate might suggest 123 and 129, but that's also counting what he had done in the past. He's a much improved player in recent times.
You made a good pitch for Rizwan. Where do you think you slot him now? Quickly.
Above Quinton de Kock for sure.
Okay, so between 7 to 10 crore somewhere.
Yeah, definitely 7 to 10 crore.
I'd be more going with same as Quinton de Kock. So if Quinton got 6.75, I think around 7 odd crore for Rizwan, give or take a few. So something similar to what we've seen with Babar Azam. But as we pointed out, I can see at least 3 teams that would have definitely bid for him if he was there. next one that we've picked, third and the final one that we've picked from Pakistan, if he was available for auction, I think he would have been a hot pick. Shaheen Shah Afridi, because we've seen fast bowlers get a lot more money, especially foreign fast bowlers, than batsmen. A quick look at his record, 39 matches. This is in T20 eyes, 45 wickets. Economy on the bit on the expensive side at 7.82, but a strike rate there is outstanding at 19.1. Let's take a look whether he will find any takers in the PSL. Firstly, just before looking at that, yes or no?
Definitely yes.
I also agree. I think
a left arm pacer. Indians struggle against left arm pacer. Yes. He had a number in the match, in the World T20 match last year, and I definitely think we would have found a lot of takers.
I've got teams here that could have bid for Shaheen Shah Afridi. One is Lucknow, CSK. Let me start with
left armour.
Adam Mill, Jordan Pretorius are their overseas bowlers. He's clearly better than all three.
He definitely would have been way better than all
three. So CSK, if they had an option, would have gone for him rather than going for these. Lucknow Super Giants, they have Chamira and Tai, clearly better than those two as well.
True.
So if he was available, they would have also gone for it. Mumbai Indians, Tamil Mills, Daniel Sams, Riley Meredith. I'm just looking at the options that they had. Clearly, if he was there.
Another team I would like to throw here is Delhi Capitals.
I've got them.
Oh, you've got them.
Mustafizur, Lungi Ngidi are their options.
Mustafizur, Lungi Ngidi, but they've got three left armers. They've got Chetan Sakaria, they've got Khalil Ahmed, they've got Mustafizur Rahman. So if they love left armers so much, who better than Shaheen Shah?
Ahead of Fizz, you would have picked
ahead of him for sure.
Yeah. Same for Mumbai Indians. Tamil Mills, Riley Meredith, I'm sure they would have picked.
Even Daniel Sams went for a lot of runs.
So he would have got a lot of takers. Now, where does his price bracket fit in? Where do you think he could have gone? Now, we've picked overseas bowlers, so there are a few spinners there. So
these are the most expensive, like Hasaranga.
Let's ignore the spinner there. Lockie Ferguson at 10, Kagiso Rabada at 9.25, Jofra Archer at 8. Considering he's only one season, he would have gone higher. Trent Bolt at 8. Where would you slot him?
So considering that Archer is not playing that one season this year, I think Jofra Archer would have been the top of your list
so right
among
now
the
we're
bowlers.
Removing it. Look at Lockie, Kagiso, Trent Bolt.
I think he would have gone more than Lockie. But Rabada, since he got 9.25, you can never say. But somewhere around that 10 crore category for sure.
I would slot him exactly like Trent Bolt because, left arm are similar, I think, in terms of effectiveness. So I would say if Shaheen Shah Afridi was
probably because they're all untested also, because I rate somehow Shaheen Shah Afridi and Rizwan higher than Babar in that sense. Probably I said that, but considering it would be their first season when they're playing in the IPL, if they ever get an opportunity, they would probably get picked among.
Right, so those are analysis about things that wouldn't happen. We know that they were not part of the auction. They may not be part of the auction going forward. That is the current political scenario between the two countries. We're not advocating here that should Pakistan players be there or not. I think they are experts in that subject, more learned than me and Siddharth. And we would want them to take a call. It's just that Shoaib Akhtar made that comment. It became big news, as well as we had Prashant, one of our watchers, who threw this curveball at us, and we thought we must answer it. And so we took a flight of fantasy.
We found it very interesting. See, there are a couple of players who are not there, like Fakhar Zaman, who's been doing really well. So we know that this probably won't happen anytime soon, but we just thought, what if?
It makes for good content.
Yes, it does.
Also, let me remind you, even if they were there for for auction, nobody may pick them, or going forward may not pick them, because I'm reminded of the 2010 season. There was a big controversy. There were 11 Pakistani players in auction, but not a single franchise actually bid for them. That was at a time when Pakistan were the T20 champions, but that was not because of any personal issues, but it was because of the political scenario between the two countries. So again, we're not advocating that. That's for the better learned people in our country to decide, and we must respect that. This, as I said, because we are cricket fans, we love to discuss what might happen. So if you like the video, do press like. Don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today, because we'll keep bringing you such interesting videos.
And also let us know what you think of how would they go about in an IPL auction. Tell us, in your opinion, how much money they would fetch at the IPL auction. We would love to hear it.
Don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today.